Good afternoon, and thank you for being here today. Standing with me are Police Chief Steve Anderson, Fire Chief Ricky White, Metro Water Services Director Scott Potter, Office of Emergency Management Director Charles Shannon, Public Works Director Randy Lovett, Metro Transit Authority CEO Steve Bland, and Fred Karl, the Chief Operating Officer of Metro Schools. While we had hoped this month of March would bring slightly warmer weather, it looks like we're not there yet. If the forecast holds up, the rain will stay with us this afternoon and then turn to frozen precipitation sometime between 4 p.m. and 9 p.m. The National Weather Service is predicting that we'll get 2 to 4 inches of snow and sleet and 1/10 of an inch of ice before the precipitation ends sometime around noon tomorrow. The Weather Service also has issued a winter weather warning from 6 p.m. today through noon tomorrow. The constant precipitation that we're expecting could make rush hour both this afternoon and tomorrow a challenge. So I encourage employers and workers to keep an eye on the weather and make smart decisions about the best time to head home for the day this afternoon and whether you can work from home tomorrow. Employers should consider allowing their employees to stagger their departure and arrival times, and if your business or organization has meetings or events scheduled for later this afternoon or tomorrow, you might want to consider postponing them. Everyone reacted with a great deal of patience, cooperation, and calm to the ice storm a couple of weeks ago, and I hope we can all do that again this week. Along with the snow and ice, the forecast calls for extreme cold temperatures, cloudy skies, and strong winds for the next couple of days. We probably won't see the sun much until Friday afternoon. So please stay indoors as much as possible. Keep yourself and your children warm. Metro government will be working hard to help citizens get through this situation, and we've already made preparations for it. We budget for these kinds of situations because taxpayers expect us to do everything we can to keep them safe, and this is what local government does. So let me tell you about a few things Metro is doing. Public Works crews started on 12-hour shifts today. Their trucks are staged and ready to treat the roads as soon as the rain turns to frozen precipitation. Public Works has plenty of salt on hand for treating our roads. Metro Police and other agencies will go on cold weather patrols today and tonight and aggressively encourage our homeless citizens to come inside. We've got plenty of beds at the Nashville Rescue Mission and the room in the inn. Once again, I want to thank all the congregations and other groups that are stepping up to make sure the homeless have a place to stay for the night. The city is also prepared to open an emergency overflow shelter at the fairgrounds if needed. The Nashville Farmers Market, Metro Parks Community Centers, and the Nashville Public Library's main library at 615 Church Street will be open tomorrow for anyone who needs to keep warm. The opening of library branches will depend on weather and road conditions in their areas. My staff has been working with the Metro Schools, Second Harvest Food Bank, and other agencies and nonprofit agencies to make sure students and others who need food won't go hungry. Finally, we'll activate the Emergency Operations Center here in this building at 4 p.m. so we can once again coordinate the city's response in real time to keep the public safe. I urge everyone to take care of your pets and look out for your homebound neighbors, especially those who depend on deliveries of food and prescription medications. And if you see any kind of lines on the ground, please assume they're power lines and back away and call 911. If you have a power outage, please call NES as soon as possible at 615-234-0000. Please remember that you now have to dial 615 area code with any local number in order to get through. If you've lost power and you have a medical emergency, please call 911. I would urge everyone to keep blankets and flashlights in place where you can find them quickly if your power goes out. Metro Public Works hotline for emergency road needs is 615-862-8750, extension 0. Make sure you dial 0. Again, our Public Works crews will be doing everything they can to keep the roads cleared. Public Works asks the residents to use its website and social media accounts for routine information so the phone lines can be available for emergency calls. Metro Water Service crews also are ready to move quickly and repair any water main breaks. Their 24-hour emergency hotline is 615-862-4600. That's 4600. The Metro Transit Authority's buses will run on their regular routes at least through this afternoon. But riders should know what their snow routes are so they can be ready if those routes go into effect tomorrow. Please check MTA's website and social media accounts to stay up to date on any changes. Again, thank you to the people of Nashville for your patience and your cooperation. You made a challenging situation much easier than it could have been a couple of weeks ago, and I hope you all can hang in there for the next few days.